Hi everyone! If you're thinking about moving to Dubai, you might have heard it is tax-free or seen videos saying it is easy or affordable. But what nobody shows you are the real costs behind. Today, we are breaking down every dirham we spent, from company setup to visas, plus the timeline, surprises, and whether it was worth it. Let's dive in. First, why Dubai? For us, it was about opportunities in technology and being closer to Europe and Asia. After living in Sydney for almost 10 years, we felt it was time to explore something new. The Middle East is more central, perfect for travel and business. And we are the kind of people who like moving around and exploring new places. Sydney is gorgeous, but it is just far from everything. We landed in Dubai on day one as tourists. You can start the visa process on a tourist visa. Here is how it worked for us. Here is how our visa processing timeline worked in reality. Day 1, we landed in Dubai as tourists. Day 10, the company trade license was issued. Day 18, my husband got his investor visa approved. Day 31, my tourist visa expired and the 10-day grace period started. Day 45, I got my spouse visa approved. Please note that if you don't apply during the grace period, you will overstay. But once your application is submitted, you are legally covered. The process could have been completed a week earlier, on day 38, but the document submission was delayed due to other priorities in our schedule. Now I will share the step-by-step process with you. Since my husband needed an investor visa, we had to set up a company first. We chose a mainland technology company. Here is the breakdown. There is 17,000 in government fees and 6,000 for the virtual office ejari. That brings the subtotal to 23,000. Ejari refers to the official registration of a rental contract. Next, his investor visa. We paid 3,500 for expedited processing. You will need to do a medical fitness test, inclusive of blood test and X-ray. Then complete your Emirates ID biometrics. Once approved, he received the physical Emirates ID 3 days later, on day 21. For my spouse visa, there are 2 prerequisites. Before leaving Australia, we requested a new marriage certificate specifically for this purpose. We had it attested twice, first by the Australian government, then by the UAE embassy in Canberra. This process took quite a bit of time and came with some costs. Since these vary by country, we have excluded them from the breakdown. Once we arrived in Dubai, our agent had to submit it for local attestation as well. Yep, 3 stamps for just 1 document. Second, we had to rent a place to stay and get an ijari. That's Dubai's official rental contract again. They want proof that you are actually living here long term. We paid 1,700 for expedited processing. I also had to complete a medical fitness test and submit my biometrics. On top of that, we paid a refundable 3,000 deposit, which you get back when you leave the country and cancel the visa. Total cost for me, 4,700. My application started during the 10-day grace period after my tourist visa expired. By day 45, I was official. There wasn't any urgency once the application was underway, so we delayed submitting 1 document to our agent by about a week, since we were busy moving into our new place. Otherwise, the approval would have come a week earlier. We pay an agent 5,000 to handle the paperwork. Some people do it themselves, but we didn't want to risk it. Having a reliable local agent made a big difference. Ours was efficient and responsive throughout the process. Honestly, if we had tried to do everything ourselves, We can't imagine the time and stress it would have taken to deal with unfamiliar government departments. So yes, paying the agent fee was definitely money well spent. So after all these fees, company setup, visas, agent, the total came to $36,200, which is around 10,000 US dollars. These are the costs we actually paid. Your expense may vary depending on the type of company, your company's industry, the scope of services provided by your agent, and your negotiation with your agent. Now, I would like to share some of our thoughts after being here in Dubai for 2 months. Most people know there is no personal tax here, which is great. That said, the cost of living is definitely on the higher side. If we had come straight from Sydney, we might not have noticed much of a difference. But since we arrived via China and Malaysia, the price jump felt real. Government fees are also generally quite high. For example, to convert an Australian driving license, it costs us 1,045 dirham for just 2 years of validity. Medical check for visa process, 750. But at least it is quick, just 10 minutes and results in 30 minutes. You will also notice random little fees like the innovation fee or knowledge fee on many government services. Honestly, we are not always sure what they are for, but they do add up. On the plus side, labor is noticeably more affordable than in Sydney. Services like cleaning, laundry, haircuts are at much more reasonable prices. We first stay in JVC. It is convenient, but there is a lot of construction and no metro station nearby. So we rely on taxis, which are not cheap. Dubai isn't a very walkable city due to highways or limited pedestrian access. The driverless Dubai Metro is clean and efficient, but its coverage is still limited. However, it already connects most major tourist attractions, so it is more than enough for visitors. Dubai is clean, safe and modern. There are a lot of malls. You will never run out of places to walk around. Since we used to live in Saudi Arabia, the desert landscape isn't new to us. So while others may find Dubai's sand dunes or camel rides exotic, it felt quite similar. Touristy spots don't really appeal to me. A lot of it feels very man-made, like the artificial sky inside Ibn Battuta Mall or the setup at Global Village. After visiting nearly 90 countries, I've come to prefer experiencing real nature and authentic culture. Dubai has a wide variety of food options. You will easily find Arabic, Indian, Pakistani, Filipino, and Western cuisines pretty much everywhere. But for us, our comfort food is mostly Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Thai, and Vietnamese. These cuisines do exist here, but they are less common and often more expensive. There is a Yiwu China commodities market here, which seems to be part of the UAE government's push to attract more Chinese businesses. Hopefully, as more Chinese people move here, the quality and affordability of East Asian food will improve. Dubai feels incredibly forward-looking, especially in terms of digital infrastructure. UAE Pass is a standout example. You can sign and authenticate documents digitally across government departments, banks, and telecoms. It streamlines so many processes. Many government services are accessible online or through apps, improving bureaucracy efficiency. Our current residents uses a community app where we get notified of deliveries and can log maintenance or support requests directly. No calls or emails needed. Real estate is also keeping up with tech. RERA, Rent Calculator, allows tenants and landlords to verify if rent increases align with market standards. DXP Interact offers daily updates on Dubai's property market trends and transactions. Dubai's infrastructure is built big. Some highways here span 7 or 8 lanes in one direction. Impressive, but it also reflects how car-dependent the city is. Like we mentioned earlier, Dubai isn't very walkable. I hope this helps anyone thinking of making the move, whether you are starting a business in Dubai or just curious about the real cost. Again, this is just our experience after being here for 2 months, but hopefully it gives you a realistic starting point. If you have already made the move and have tips to share, please drop them in the comments. We would love to learn from your experience too. If you're curious about how much we spent on renting an apartment and buying all our furniture, let us know below. We might do a separate video on that. Finally, if this video helped you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really supports our channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.